Hospital kitchens, including sub-kitchens, must comply with several codes. These include the National Electrical Code, the National Fire Protection Association 10 Standard for Portable Fire Extinguishers, National Fire Protection Association 96 Standard for Ventilation Control and Fire Protection of Commercial Cooking Operations, the International Mechanical Code, the International Plumbing Code, and local building codes. There are special considerations to keep in mind as well. Firstly, patient safety is paramount. Kitchens must be designed to minimize the risk of cross-contamination and infection. This includes using appropriate materials and equipment, maintaining proper sanitation, and controlling access. Secondly, biohazard disposal is important. Hospitals generate biohazardous waste, such as food scraps and medical waste. Kitchens must have proper disposal systems in place. Thirdly, emergency preparedness is key. Kitchens must be prepared for emergencies such as power outages, fires, and floods. This includes having backup generators, fire extinguishers, and emergency lighting. Hospital-grade devices are typically manufactured to higher standards than commercial-grade devices. They may be more durable, have longer lifespans, and be designed to withstand heavy use and harsh cleaning chemicals. Whether or not to use hospital-grade devices in a small hospital sub-kitchen is a decision that should be made based on the specific needs and budget of the facility. In general, a small hospital sub-kitchen can be treated like a non-hospital commercial kitchen, with the following exceptions. 1. Use hospital-grade devices if required by the specifications or if desired for increased durability and longevity. 2. Comply with the special considerations listed above, such as patient safety, biohazard disposal, and emergency preparedness. And 3. Follow the requirements of the manufacturer's installation instructions. When there are conflicting prints, the following steps should be taken. 1. Identify the most up-to-date print. 2. Consult the architect or engineer for clarification. 3. Follow the instructions and the specifications, if any. And 4. If necessary, refer to the manufacturer's recommendations or applicable codes. Let's dive into the National Electrical Code requirements. The National Electrical Code Article 110.3 covers examination, identification, installation, and use of equipment. Equipment must be installed and used in accordance with instructions included in the listing and labeling. Article 210.8 covers ground fault circuit interrupter protection for personnel. Ground fault circuit interrupter protection is often required for receptacles in kitchen areas. Article 220 provides requirements for branch circuit, feeder, and service calculations. Proper calculations ensure adequate capacity for all electrical loads. Article 430 covers motors, motor circuits, and controllers. Kitchen equipment often includes motors that require specific wiring and protection. Article 517 addresses healthcare facilities, including hospitals. This article contains requirements for electrical systems and patient care areas. Let's look at the National Fire Protection Association 10. This standard covers the selection, installation, inspection, maintenance, and testing of portable fire extinguishers. The standard provides guidelines for determining the appropriate type and size of fire extinguishers for different hazards, including those found in kitchens. It also specifies the required placement and signage for fire extinguishers. National Fire Protection Association 96 is the standard for ventilation control and fire protection of commercial cooking operations. This standard addresses the design, installation, operation, inspection, and maintenance of commercial cooking equipment and ventilation systems. It includes requirements for exhaust hoods, ductwork, grease removal devices, and fire suppression systems. Proper ventilation is essential to remove smoke, grease, and odors from the kitchen, while fire suppression systems are crucial for preventing and extinguishing fires. Now let's discuss the International Mechanical Code. The International Mechanical Code addresses the mechanical systems in buildings, including heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems. It includes requirements for ventilation, exhaust systems, and kitchen equipment. Proper ventilation is crucial for maintaining indoor air quality and preventing the buildup of hazardous substances. The International Plumbing Code covers plumbing systems in buildings, including water supply, drainage, and waste disposal. It includes requirements for fixtures, piping, and equipment in kitchens. Proper plumbing is essential for providing potable water, removing wastewater, and preventing contamination. Local building codes vary depending on the jurisdiction. These codes may include additional requirements for hospital kitchens, such as specific construction standards, fire safety regulations, and accessibility requirements. It is important to consult with local building officials to ensure compliance with all applicable codes. Understanding patient safety in the kitchen includes minimizing the risk of cross-contamination. Kitchens must be designed to prevent the spread of bacteria and viruses. This includes using stainless steel surfaces, which are easy to clean and disinfect. It also includes providing separate sinks for hand washing, food preparation, and dishwashing. Proper sanitation practices are essential for preventing foodborne illnesses. This includes washing hands frequently, using clean utensils and equipment, and storing food at safe temperatures. Access control is also important to prevent unauthorized personnel from entering the kitchen and contaminating food. Effective biohazard disposal in the hospital environment is key. Hospitals generate various types of biohazardous waste, including food scraps, medical waste, and sharps. Kitchens must have proper disposal systems in place to prevent the spread of infection. This includes providing separate containers for different types of waste, using puncture-resistant containers for sharps, and following proper procedures for handling and disposing of biohazardous materials. Emergency preparedness means kitchens must be prepared for a variety of emergencies, such as power outages, fires, and floods. This includes having backup generators to provide power during outages. It also includes having fire extinguishers and fire suppression systems to extinguish fires. Emergency lighting is essential for providing illumination during power outages. Evacuation plans should be in place to ensure the safe evacuation of personnel in the event of an emergency. The decision to use hospital-grade devices should be based on a careful assessment of the specific needs and budget of the facility. Hospital-grade devices may be more expensive than commercial-grade devices, but they may also offer increased durability and longevity. This can be a cost-effective investment in the long run, especially in a high-use environment like a hospital kitchen. When treating a small hospital sub-kitchen like a commercial kitchen, remember the exceptions. Firstly, prioritize hospital-grade devices. If the specifications require hospital-grade devices, or if they are desired for increased durability and longevity, they should be used. These devices are designed to withstand the harsh conditions and heavy use that are common in hospital kitchens. Secondly, comply with special considerations. This includes patient safety, biohazard disposal, and emergency preparedness. These considerations are essential for protecting patients, staff, and visitors. Thirdly, follow manufacturer instructions. Always follow the manufacturer's installation instructions for all equipment. This will ensure that the equipment is installed correctly and operates safely. Handling conflicting prints is a critical skill. When there are conflicting prints, it is important to take the following steps to resolve the discrepancies. Firstly, identify the most up-to-date print. Check the revision dates on the prints to determine which one is the most current. Secondly, consult the architect or engineer for clarification. They can provide guidance on which print to follow. Thirdly, follow the instructions in the specifications, if any. The specifications may provide additional information or clarify any discrepancies in the prints. Fourthly, refer to manufacturer recommendations. If necessary, refer to the manufacturer's recommendations or applicable codes. These resources can provide additional information and guidance. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, is a comprehensive set of standards for electrical wiring and equipment. It is updated every 3 years and is widely adopted throughout the United States. The NEC contains requirements for all aspects of electrical installations, including wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and equipment installation. The National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA, is a non-profit organization that develops and publishes codes and standards related to fire safety. NFPA 10 is the standard for portable fire extinguishers, while NFPA 96 is the standard for ventilation control and fire protection of commercial cooking operations. The International Mechanical Code, or IMC, is a model code that regulates the design, installation, and maintenance of mechanical systems, including heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems. The International Plumbing Code, or IC, is a model code that regulates the design, installation, and maintenance of plumbing systems, including water supply, drainage, and waste disposal. Local building codes vary depending on the jurisdiction. These codes may include additional requirements for hospital kitchens, such as specific construction standards, fire safety regulations, and accessibility requirements. To ensure patient safety, kitchens must be designed to minimize the risk of cross-contamination and infection. This includes using appropriate materials and equipment, maintaining proper sanitation, and controlling access. Biohazard disposal is another critical consideration. Hospitals generate various types of biohazardous waste, including food scraps, medical waste, and sharps. Kitchens must have proper disposal systems in place to prevent the spread of infection. Emergency preparedness is essential for ensuring the safety of patients, staff, and visitors in the event of an emergency. Kitchens must be prepared for emergencies such as power outages, fires, and floods. This includes having backup generators, fire extinguishers, and emergency lighting. Selecting hospital-grade devices can offer increased durability and longevity. While these devices may be more expensive than commercial-grade devices, they can be a cost-effective investment in the long run, especially in a high-use environment like a hospital kitchen. When treating a small hospital sub-kitchen like a commercial kitchen, it is important to remember the exceptions. These include using hospital-grade devices if required, complying with special considerations, and following manufacturer instructions. When conflicting prints arise, it is important to identify the most up-to-date print, consult the architect or engineer for clarification, follow the instructions in the specifications, and refer to manufacturer recommendations. Remember that electrical safety is paramount. Ensure that all electrical work is performed by qualified electricians in accordance with the National Electrical Code. Regularly inspect electrical equipment for damage and replace any damaged equipment immediately. Ground fault circuit interrupter protection should be provided for receptacles in kitchen areas to protect personnel from electrical shock. Fire safety is another critical consideration. Install and maintain fire extinguishers in readily accessible locations throughout the kitchen. Ensure that the fire suppression system is properly designed and maintained. Conduct regular fire drills to ensure that personnel are familiar with evacuation procedures. Sanitation is essential for preventing foodborne illnesses. Wash hands frequently with soap and water. Use clean utensils and equipment. Store food at safe temperatures. Discard any food that is past its expiration date. Implement pest control measures to prevent infestations of rodents, insects, and other pests. Proper ventilation is crucial for maintaining indoor air quality and preventing the buildup of hazardous substances. Ensure that the ventilation system is properly designed and maintained. Regularly clean and inspect the exhaust hoods and ductwork. Replace air filters regularly. By following these guidelines, you can ensure that a small hospital sub-kitchen is safe, sanitary, and compliant with all applicable codes and regulations. Remember to consult with qualified professionals such as architects, engineers, and code officials to ensure that your kitchen meets all requirements. The NEC, specifically Article 517, contains requirements for electrical systems in patient care areas. This article covers essential electrical systems such as emergency power systems and critical care areas. NFPA 99, the Healthcare Facilities Code, provides requirements for electrical systems in healthcare facilities, including hospitals. This code covers topics such as essential electrical systems, patient care areas, and wet locations. The Joint Commission is an independent, not-for-profit organization that accredits and certifies healthcare organizations and programs in the United States. The Joint Commission has standards related to the safety and security of healthcare facilities, including requirements for electrical safety and fire safety. Understanding these various codes, standards, and guidelines is essential for designing, installing, and maintaining a safe and compliant hospital sub-kitchen. Remember to consult with qualified professionals and local authorities to ensure that your kitchen meets all applicable requirements. In addition to the codes and standards already mentioned, there may be other applicable regulations such as those related to food safety, waste management, and accessibility. It is important to be aware of all applicable regulations and to ensure that your kitchen complies with them. The design of a hospital sub-kitchen should consider the specific needs of the patients and staff who will be using it. This includes providing adequate space for food preparation, storage, and serving. It also includes providing accessible features for people with disabilities. The selection of equipment for a hospital sub-kitchen should be based on the specific needs of the facility. This includes considering the type of food that will be prepared, the volume of food that will be served, and the available space. The installation of equipment in a hospital sub-kitchen should be performed by qualified professionals in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. This will ensure that the equipment is installed correctly and operates safely. Regular maintenance of equipment in a hospital sub-kitchen is essential for ensuring its safe and reliable operation. This includes performing routine inspections, cleaning equipment regularly, and repairing any damaged equipment promptly. Training staff on the proper use and maintenance of equipment is essential for ensuring its safe and efficient operation. This includes providing training on the safe handling of food, the proper use of equipment, and the procedures for reporting any problems or concerns. Developing and implementing a comprehensive food safety plan is essential for preventing foodborne illnesses. This plan should include procedures for purchasing, storing, preparing, and serving food safely. Regularly reviewing and updating the food safety plan is essential for ensuring that it remains effective. Monitoring and evaluating the performance of the hospital sub-kitchen is essential for identifying areas for improvement. This includes tracking key metrics such as food costs, waste generation, and patient satisfaction. Using the data collected to make improvements can help to ensure that the kitchen is operating efficiently and effectively. Remember that a hospital sub-kitchen is a critical part of the healthcare facility. By following these guidelines, you can help to ensure that it is a safe, sanitary, and efficient operation that meets the needs of patients and staff. Consider the specific needs and requirements of the hospital when designing and equipping the sub-kitchen. This may include factors such as the types of patients served, the dietary restrictions of patients, and the infection control protocols in place. Consult with hospital staff such as dietitians, nurses, and infection control practitioners to gather input and ensure that the sub-kitchen meets their needs. When selecting equipment, consider factors such as energy efficiency, water conservation, and ease of cleaning and maintenance. Choose equipment that is durable and designed for heavy use. Ensure that the sub-kitchen is adequately ventilated to remove odors and prevent the buildup of moisture. Install proper lighting to provide a safe and comfortable working environment. Provide adequate storage space for food, supplies, and equipment. Design the sub-kitchen to be accessible to people with disabilities in accordance with the Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA. Implement a system for tracking food temperatures to ensure that food is stored and prepared at safe temperatures. Establish procedures for handling and disposing of food waste in a sanitary manner. Develop a plan for dealing with power outages and other emergencies. Regularly inspect the sub-kitchen for safety hazards and make any necessary repairs. Provide ongoing training to staff on food safety, sanitation, and equipment operation. Encourage staff to report any concerns or problems that they encounter in the sub-kitchen. Create a culture of safety and quality in the sub-kitchen. By following these recommendations, you can help to ensure that the hospital sub-kitchen is a safe, efficient, and effective operation that supports the delivery of quality patient care. Finally, remember to document all procedures, training, and inspections. This documentation will be helpful for demonstrating compliance with applicable codes and regulations. It will also be useful for identifying areas for improvement. Regular communication with hospital staff is essential for ensuring that the sub-kitchen is meeting their needs. This communication can take the form of meetings, surveys, or informal discussions. It is important to be responsive to feedback and to make changes as needed. The ultimate goal is to create a sub-kitchen that is a valuable asset to the hospital and that contributes to the well-being of patients and staff.